for here on the notes?
Those who build great companies understand that the ultimate throttle on growth for any great company is not markets or technology or competition or products.
Stop real quick. Have you ever feel like sometimes that we've had a meeting here, and I'm just calling myself out on this, but you ever had a meeting where you're talking about marketing, technology, the new brochure, a new kind of equipment we have to buy, or a new kind of feature we need to add to our package, or get away, take away. When in reality, the elephant in the room is people.
Yeah.
You ever feel like that? You know, I know I've done that. I've tried it. I think in the last couple of years I've probably done that less. But I can tell you specifically, when I came back, I went on a cruise with Vanessa in January. This is like 4 years ago. I think you guys were here. And I went on a cruise with her, and I have
Sunburn.
Yeah. Well, I go on the cruise, and I'm driving down to Houston. I'm calling Josh like every 20 minutes. Josh, is anybody there yet? No one's here yet. It's like 9. Josh, anybody here yet? Well, Eric's here. Anybody else here? Andy just showed up. Anybody else? No. 9:45. Anybody else here? No. 10 o'clock? No. 10:30. I'm just driving down to Houston. It's like 1. Anybody there? No, just Eric. BJ just showed up though. Andy just chewed him out. They're like fighting down the hall. Okay, cool. And then Aaron and Curtis are fighting now. And then they're just like going. And I'm just like, holy. And then it gets down to like 2, 3, 4. Anyway, we're getting to where we have to board the cruise, and they're like, just ladies and gentlemen, if you need to make any calls, make sure you do that now. We do have satellite phones available for $10 a minute, but we don't have yada yada. Basically, no cell phones. And I'm thinking, oh no, it's gonna fall apart. I'm thinking we're totally screwed. You're there then. Here it is. And so I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, somebody gave me that book, 21 Laws of Leadership, like 5 years before, the John Maxwell book. And I just always had it, but never read it. It's kind of like one of these books where you buy it and you feel smarter because you have it on your shelf, but you haven't actually read it. You know what I mean? We all have that book. We all have that. The Bible's probably your favorite when we have it on the shelf. We don't ever read it, but we have it. Okay, so I'm taking it, and I'm just upset because there's so many problems going on. I decided, well, I'm just going to read this book. It's like my therapy. So I'm just reading this book, like super intense. I'm just reading it, grinding through this book at night. And it just hit me. I'm like, holy crap, we've got the wrong people on the bus. We've got Jason North. I'm trying to convince him not to steal stuff and to do deals. Remember that? I'm trying to convince him not to steal stuff and to do deals. I got that guy, Sean, the guy who's like really scary.
Yeah.
Look at he was an Irish mafia guy. Had that guy, and I got BJ, and I got all these different people. I'm trying to like plead with BJ and not to be an idiot. And just I'm having these discussions, and the book's just talking about, he's going on talking about how if you can't know the right people on the bus, you can't be successful. You'll only be successful as your teammates and all this stuff. When I came back, that's when we started having Monday morning meetings. Mm-hmm. We didn't have Monday morning meetings before that. And before that, we also didn't have any late fees. We didn't have Monday morning meetings. We didn't have late fees. And also before that, there was absolutely no ability to get fired. You'd have to like kill me, and then somehow we would work it out where you could still work. You know what I mean? Like in my will. If anyone kills me, they can still work. You know?
Infinitely, they might be sorry.
But it took me a long time to get that before it was so out of control for me to really see that. I think that's one of the things we have to be really careful of as we're working here. A lot of times there's going to be people in this meeting that are going to say, you know, our bridal show, we're not doing really good at the bridal show. And the reason why is our flooring's not that nice. And that's the guy who left the booth early all day. Yeah. Now, the flooring could still need to be fixed, but the reality is that the meeting became about the flooring and not about the people. So I just want to make sure we hammer that. Now, Dan, could you read point 5?
Yep. The good to great companies show the following bipolar pattern at the top management level. People either stay on the bus for a long time or get off the bus in a hurry. In other words, the good to great companies do not churn more, they churn better.
Okay, so what does that mean? When you say left early or they stayed a long time? Like what?
They had like a specific culture they had going on that if you didn't fit the culture, you were quickly escorted out.
Have you ever met a guy that you felt like would work well at this company?
Yeah.
And you had somebody else who like, oh, they could never.
Yeah.
Like Jordan Guthman's a mutual friend of ours.
Yeah.
I always feel like Jordan Guthman would just kill it here if he found some niche in this industry. Because he's such a fun, outside of the box, gets it done, works hard, salesy kind of guy.
Yeah.
But I could see like where Josh would just be like irate all the time. I could see him like wanting to fight everyone. Like, dude, what is that on your desk? You know, I could see that. But where Jordan would think it's funny or would enjoy it. Okay? So you have to have a cult-like culture. You can't try to accommodate everybody all the time. If you look on here, the rules for hiring. Thorne, could you fire off the rules for hiring?
Rules for hiring. Number 1, put your best people on your biggest opportunities, not your biggest problems.
Yeah.
That's
Stop
awesome.
right there. Yeah. And although the Dan Man might not feel like this, that is the number 1 reason why I felt like Dan Man should take over the photography side. So I feel like this is the biggest opportunity that we have right now, and it's going to be successful, but we have to have the right person on there. An example of what not to do